Hello, let's continue with the second part of the lesson, Simple Machines, on page 207. This is a science lesson for 5th standard. The wedge, page 207. An arrangement of two inclined planes attached back to back is called a wedge. A knife and an axe, you see the picture. It cuts through things such as fruits and wood. A knife and an axe are two common examples of a wedge. An arrangement of two inclined planes attached back to back is called a wedge. It cuts through things such as fruits and wood. A knife and an axe are two common examples of a wedge. A knife is a very common example of a wedge, and so also is an axe. A knife cuts across fruits and a axe of course cuts wood. Next one is the pulley. Now all of you will be having wells at home, or must have seen wells at least in your grandfather's house or grandmother's house. In olden days we all used to take water from the well. There used to be a well in every house, but now it is replaced by the corporation taps. Now in a well, the water is deep down. How do you draw the water out of the well? We use a pulley. You see the example of there, a pulley. The picture is there showing a well with a bucket and a ring. A rope attached to a bucket is put on that ring, and then it is let down by this ring or the pulley. The bucket goes down and you make it reach right down to the surface of the water, and then it gets filled with water, and then with the help of the pulley you pull it up. Now if you have to pull the bucket of water without the pulley, it is very strenuous on your hands. Your hands will begin to pain very much. But when you are pulling it through a pulley, or using a pulley to pull up the bucket of water from the well to the top, it is becoming very easier, and your hands don't ache that much. So here the work is made easier and work is made very simple too. The pulley makes the work very simple.
Pulley, a simple machine. Look at this person hoisting a flag high up on a pole. Doesn't it make you wonder how a person standing on the ground is able to make the flag go up so high above the ground? Well, this is possible by the use of a simple machine called pulley. In today's module, let us learn more about this simple machine. Look at this boy trying to lift a box with his hands. Looks like the box is heavy and the boy is having trouble lifting it. The boy's work can be made easier by using a simple machine called pulley. A pulley is a simple machine with two parts, a wheel and a rope. The rope fits into the groove on the wheel. The object to be lifted is attached to one end of the rope, and force is applied on the other end to lift the object. The pulley makes the object move in the opposite direction of which the force is applied. When the rope is pulled down, the object moves up. Thus, a pulley helps to lift a heavy object with less effort. And it also helps to change the direction of the force applied. Look at this lady pulling a bucket of water from a well using a pulley. The pulley is fixed on the well, and a rope is passed around it. The bucket is attached to one end of the rope, and the lady applies force on the other end. The pulley makes it easier to pull the bucket filled with water out of the well. Pulleys are of two types, fixed pulleys and movable pulleys. In a fixed pulley, the wheel is fastened to a fixed support. Such pulleys make work easier by changing the direction of the force applied. Fixed pulleys are commonly used in flagpoles. The pulley used by the lady to draw water from the well is also a fixed pulley. In a movable pulley, the wheel of the pulley is free to move on the rope, like the one you see here. Such pulleys make work easier by reducing the force required to lift an object. They are commonly used in cranes and compound pulleys. Isn't the pulley such a useful, simple machine?
The pulley is a grooved wheel. You can see the picture there, or a combination of grooved wheels. The pulley used together with a rope or chain can be used to lift heavy weights or used to change the direction of a force. Like as I told you, if you have to draw water from a well, the best machine here is the pulley. Using the pulley and a long rope to the end is tied an empty bucket, you let it down into the well. Once the bucket reaches the bottom of the well, gets filled with water, then you have to pull it up. Now if there is no pulley and you try to pull the bucket with your hands, there is a lot of effort needed and your hands will ache and pain, your muscles, you have to give a lot of muscular strength. But if there is a pulley, you don't have to give so much of energy, or you don't have to exert so much, or you don't have to give so much of muscle power. You can just easily, you can use your hands and pull the bucket of water up. There is very little work done. The simplest type of pulley is the single fixed pulley, which is used to lift water from wells. So if you have a well nearby your house or in your grandparents' house, do go and look how the pulley is being made use of in the well. A single fixed pulley is also used on flag poles. Yes, when you hoist flag on Republic Day and Independence Day, the machine used there is the pulley. It is tied, the flag with the flowers inside is tied in a knot and then attached to this ring, a grooved wheel, and then the end is given to your hand. Now when you pull that, what happens is this grooved wheel comes down, the flag that is tied with flowers goes up. So a flagpole is an example of the simple pulley. This pulley is fixed to the top of the flagpole. By pulling the other end of the rope downwards, the flag is raised. In this way, the pulley helps in changing the direction of the effort required to raise the flag. So as I told you, in the flagpole, the flag with all the flower petals, everything is tied here at the bottom, and the pulley is at top, and the rope is given in your hand. When you pull hard at the rope, what happens? The grooved wheel or the pulley comes down and the flag with all its petals inside is raised to the top of the flag pole. So this is an important example of a simple pulley. With this we come to the end of the lesson. Now let's get on to the exercises. Page 209. Tick the right answers. 1. The force used on a lever is called an effort. 2. An example of a first-class lever is a pair of scissors. 3. The simple machine used to lift water from a well is a pulley. 4. The bicycle is an example of a wheel and axle. 5. An inclined plane wrapped around a rod is called a screw. Now answer the following questions. Why do we use machines? We use machines to make work easy for us. Name the 6 types of simple machines. It is the levers, which are of the first order, second order, third order. the inclined plane, the pulley, the wheel and axle, the screw and the wedge. These are the examples of simple machines. Now, define a first order lever. A first order lever has the fulcrum at the center and load at effort at the ends. A second order lever has load at the center and fulcrum and effort at the ends. And a third order lever has effort in the center and fulcrum and load at the ends. Now, what are the uses of a pulley? It is to lift heavy weights or change the direction of a force. List the uses of a wheel and axle. Now, you can use the wheel and axle as a pencil sharpener. You find it in a pencil sharpener, you find it in an egg beater, you find it in a door knob, and you find it in a steering wheel. So this also makes work very easy for us. The wheel, when it is used with an axle, it is known as a wheel and axle. Now, life skills. Make a list of the simple machines in your house. For example, hammer, scissor, knives. Which of these could be a safety hazard? The knives and the scissors can be a safety hazard. What precautions should you take before handling them? Knives should not be handled by children, so also scissors should not be given to children. Now, for your homework, I want you to do A and B in the school notebook and submit to the school WhatsApp number. Thank you.